Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon, able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. To throw on second, McNabb. He's got his target, the tight end Newsome. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Ohio! Come on, let's go! 38!
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Let's go! One.
In motion goes the tight end.
Ohio! Flex round!
Now a 1st down throw. McNabb. Complete to Newsome. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3, this is where the ball goes anymore. And that was a nice play by the defense, and it is tough to be an offensive lineman nowadays, especially if you're dealing with how the defensive tackles have evolved. Their quickness, their agility, their speed has changed the big guys in the middle, the center, and the offensive guards. Formerly, they were just power players. Now they have to be light on their feet as well to keep up with the speed of the defensive players.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. From the gun, here's McNabb. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Lawyer Malloy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So credit the pick to Lawyer Malloy. He had 25 of those back in his day.
And you remember him as a player. Do you remember him intercepting passes is the first thing you think about?
No, he's a physical guy.
Big thumper, but yes, he could go snag the football. What a nice career he had taking it out of the air.
And now here's a carry heading left. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. Jordan Reed has it. That'll be a gain of 16. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Give them 11 on the gain there. And that'll be good enough for the first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz surveying the field. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now a play fake. Wentz. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Wentz. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So the 3-time Pro Bowler Javon Curse with a tackle there.
And you get selected for that game because you are a consistently dominant performer. And that's what he is. We always think about him being a pass rusher, but he can play the run as well. A guy that you just have to game plan for every week.
Time running out here on the play clock. There's the option going right. Oh, look at that hurdle, and now some room to run. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
One man in the backfield is Gordon. They're going to give it to him running right. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Charles Haley, the Hall of Famer, made the tackle.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And the play clock's running down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go. Brand 38.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Play clock winding down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go. What? 9. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Here we go. What? Ohio. 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 Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. 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 Ohio.
Second down, McNabb to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Melvin Gordon taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And now back out comes the offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Vontez Burfict, the one to get him down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Paul Krause, the safety, in on the tackle.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Now Wentz on third down. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll try and throw for it here. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Now this offense ready to take over again. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Let's go. What?
On second down, they'll run with Gordon as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. They don't get it all back there, but they do get 8, and it sets up a 3rd and 15.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now it's McNabb rolling to his right. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. They needed 15. They got 15. And a good mark to boot. It's first down.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards on the pickup, and that enables him to also pick up the first.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. Now a play fake here on first down, being chased out left. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. On second down, here's Wentz. Buying time to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And quickly, they get to the line. Gordon. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Let's go! Ohio! Ohio!
On first and 10, McNabb. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third.
Here we go! What? 9!
Now McNabb. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lawyer Malloy. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And here now the offense heading back out there. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And on the ground they go with a running back. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They go play action here on first down. Going up top. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Well, still in search of the first down after that last completion. And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Detroit.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got his target. That's more. Room here to run. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? They'll come out in the pistol. Now Gordon on first down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use the speed to get there in the run game.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Melvin Gordon, an 8-yard touchdown run. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
10 yards still left on second down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Wentz will try again on second down. Steps away to his left. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about that little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. NFL teams last year, a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4.
Let's go.
In motion left here, Antonio Brown. Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on third down plays. But when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying. And on that play, the prayer was answered.
The center receiver in motion to the left. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a pick.
Looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. And now back out comes the offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Second down and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. One man in the backfield is Gordon. Here's McNabb. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Come on, let's go.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
Ohio.
Time running out here on the play clock. Out of the gun, McNabb. He gets it to Brown, complete. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Champ Bailey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now this offense ready to take over again. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Paul Krause. And the return will stop right around the 25. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis ready for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a peek at some of the big players in today's game, and you're a big player in today's game as well. Let's get the party started. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. First carry for the 5-time Pro Bowler, LaDainian Tomlinson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
They stay on the ground. Tomlinson. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's McNair. Drops this off to Tomlinson, complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, McNair flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Out of the gun, it's McNair. He's got a man, it's Williams. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Back to the running game. It's Tomlinson. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, there was no blitz. That was just a draw play that, to be frank, didn't fool anybody.
Did we hear the entire stadium screaming draw? Because it felt like everybody was all over that play, and the defense won that battle.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. McNair, flush to his right. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. A gain of 32 that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Now McNair looking for a 1st down throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Here's McNair. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's McNair. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless 1st quarter. On 2nd down, McNair. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
No gain, and it's 2nd down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. Tomlinson, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And Gano's kick is right through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So after slogging through a scoreless first quarter, we have action on the scoreboard. A field goal makes it 3-0.
Well, with these 2 offenses, we weren't going to stay 0-0 forever, were we? I'm not sure that this opens the floodgates, but I doubt that's the last scoring we're going to see.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the 2nd level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the 2nd level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
Now making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. 2nd down following the run.
Let's go! Brand 38! Here we go! Brand 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Come on, let's go!
From the gun, here's McNabb. Going to throw right side here, complete. 22 yards on the pickup there. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Anthony Barr in on the tackle. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go!
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. And that 3-point tally now means we are even here toward the end of the 2nd quarter.
And what a way to end the half. Put some points on the board, feel better about yourselves as a team, and you're right back to even.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st down, it's McNair. Escaping the pressure right. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this 1st half. Now a 1st down throw. McNabb looking deep downfield. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
They'll throw now on the final play. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-time interception king, Brock Krause. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. It's Antonio Cromartie that was in on the tackle.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On first down, it's McNabb. And it's caught. Touchdown. And McCaffrey from 17 yards out. And his guys have taken the lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Oftentimes, guys who do a really nice job on the wide receiver screen plays are really good punt returners. It's the same skill. Make the first guy miss and then pick up your blocking and get downfield. Nice gain on that play.
They'll go with the keeper, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Steve McNair scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And here now the offense heading back out there. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his left. Over the middle here to Brown. 30 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, after the success they had on the second play of the drive, I think they were trying to recreate it with that pass, weren't they?
Yeah, they were trying to go a little tic-tac-toe, 3 plays and in the end zone.
I like that. Can I just put the X in the middle of the block as the defense just did there?
Sure. Second down, McNabb. He's going to let it go again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled, and while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. He gets it to Brown, complete. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. The play clock's running down. Now McNabb. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They come out here in the I. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. And they'll run with LT to begin the drive. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be a Dallas first down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. On 2nd down, McNair. And he checks this one down to LT out of the backfield. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now McNair, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Hitting the home stretch here in a great game, a tie game. Let's see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back. Play clock winding down. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. And the tight end goes in motion left. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The tackle made there by AWKN. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, McNabb. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. And now 1st down following that long gain.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's McNabb. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football. Worked so hard to get his feet down in bounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really, by the way?
That he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right there.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
It's caught left side by Cooks. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. He'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. He's back to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
He gets it to Brown, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Offense looking to avoid a third and long. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with it, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte. Charles and I set for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as we get a peek some of the stars in today's game. Well, will they be stars? Will you be a star? We'll find out. Let's play. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee. And that's at the 25. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Let's go.
2nd down, McNabb. And this is caught at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards and sets him up 1st and goal.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Here we go.
1st and goal from the 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 5-yard line, will this opening drive yield 6? This is 3rd and goal.
Come on, let's go. Ohio. Let's go. Brand 38.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. So on 3rd and goal, Gordon, a loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
So the opening drive for them here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball. Put points on the board first and let everyone start to celebrate.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And what a big-time play there. 58 yards. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. On play action, now Rodgers. He's got time, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now back out comes the offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
McNabb forced out to his left. And now that's caught at the 25. And they're able to get this one down to the 25.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Portland in control. Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. And able to work his way down to the 16. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
McNabb to throw. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Now this offense ready to take over again. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Throwing on second down. He's got time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Going down the middle, and it's complete. It's a big play that time on the fake punt. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Now a first down carry by Bell. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Rodgers going to throw. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And they're going to go soft on the corners.
26.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
But Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Marco
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Paul Krause. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. In motion comes the tight end left. To throw on second, McNabb. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. And they're going to speed things up here. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down. 5 yards to go.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, McNabb. He's got his target, the tight end Newsome. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, McNabb. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. And here now the offense heading back out there. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 2nd down, it's Bell. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he cuts it right sideline. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Come on, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Flex round, flex round.
They come out here in the eye.
Let's go. Flex round.
Time running out here on the play clock. They run it here with Gordon. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go. Brand 38.
They'll send the tight end in motion left.
Flex round, flex round. Ohio, Ohio.
From the gun, here's McNabb. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brendan, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Again, it's Bell, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
The give is to Bell, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. On the counter, here's Bell. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down. In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And we're back now in Charlotte. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll try and run some clock now with Bell. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And on now is the punter. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Okay, that was a fake punt, and it was successful throwing the football. I know you threw the football in your past off of a fake.
Yeah, but unsuccessful back in my high school days. Old Tim Jones dropped it, hit him right in the numbers. But I'll tell you what, these guys, they love this opportunity, don't they? A chance to get involved.
They certainly do, and many of them were quarterbacks or big-time players when they were in high school and college. So to get back doing what they did before, always fun.
They come out here in the eye. They'll go again with Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first. And it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And now back out comes the offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's round! Here we go! Ohio! Ohio!
On first down, it's McNabb. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They come out here in the eye. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Hut! Hut! Hut!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Now this offense ready to take over again. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. We are set, ready to rock for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup, and these guys on your screen ready to rock as well. Some of the stars of today's game, and speaking of the game, let's get right to it. Ready for football now from sunny North Carolina. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Second down now after the incompletion. Second and 10. Flacco once more. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And he's brought down after a good gain. A nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. Finding time. Wide open. It's Allen complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A lot of time there, partner, in the protected pocket, and he was able to deliver.
The guys protecting the passer have allowed him plenty of time to go through his progressions and find open receivers.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense. Because a lot of times...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Justin Houston able to drop him for a loss of 4. Flacco here on second down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now the ball comes loose, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Dive play, Kuhn. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. Looking for 2 yards here on third down. Flacco. He shakes him off. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Olivier Vernon in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Here we go.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he cuts it out to the sideline. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Portland in control of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Flex round. Come on, let's go. 9.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
The way he roared up and made that play, that tells me that he spent a lot of time in the film room analyzing what this offense does, and he saw something that convinced him he didn't have to worry about the pass. He could just go right now and make a play. I think if you're the offensive team, you better file that away a little bit. Maybe think about some play action down the road.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Ozzie Newsome. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Here's Flacco surveying the field. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is real.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. John Kuhn taking it in from a yard out. And his guys have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Come on, let's go! Ohio! Ohio!
To throw on second, McNabb. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
Here we go! Ohio! Ohio!
Now it's McNabb. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! 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 Here we go! Right to the flex round! Flex round!
They'll try and throw for it here. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Give him 18 yards on that one. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Really excellent job there just going up and getting it.
Brandon, I'm a defender. I shouldn't be this excited, but what a play by the receiver downfield to elevate and make the catch.
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And that's how you run the football and run it successful. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive linemen won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. And that's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defense in front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Second down, McNabb being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's not like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Now McNabb. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's caught. Touchdown. A big play there. 46 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock. So on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, or they want to let their return guy touch it.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And here now the offense heading back out there. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. He's got time in the pocket. Right side caught by Jackson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
To pass, Flacco. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Second and 10. Flacco once more. He's got time. Now he'll let this one go. Deep left side. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Finding time. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On first down, it's McNabb. Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Second down following the incompletion.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now a first down throw. McNabb buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's third down.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
Now it's McNabb. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now fourth down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And he comes back with one complete. That one good for 14 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. On 1st and 10, McNabb. Eluding the pressure right. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. Shift together here from the D-line. Here's Gordon. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Out of the gun, McNabb. And he's got Ozzie Newsome. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
To throw, McNabb. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. This a 43-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Come on, let's go!
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a 1st down.
From the gun, here's McNabb. And it's caught. Touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now back out comes the offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action. It got his man complete. And he's brought down after a good game. And the completion, nice throw, nice catch. But, Charles, big thanks goes to the men up front.
They allowed the quarterback to throw out of the rocking chair, so to speak. Plenty of time to survey the field and find an open man.
He's going to take another shot here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL. We all know how important momentum is in a game, and when an offense decides to take a deep shot downfield, they're trying to create a big play and put doubt in the defense's mind the rest of the ball game. And in this case, the defense won the battle, batted the ball away deep downfield. So guess what? The momentum now quickly shifted from the offense taking the shot to the defense knocking it away. And now they feel like they might be in control.
And that's caught inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing here on 1st down. Flacco surveying the field. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Justin Houston in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football. All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And he returns it up just shy of the 20.